Three, two, one. Hello, internet users. You are tuning into Cold Showers. This is a series where we discuss about everyday topics, issues, and all sorts of random things. We hope for you to listen to this podcast while you're sleeping, or even going for a drive, or even taking a cold shower. My name is Dennis. Today we have our co-hosts Pranaya
Hello.
and Ben,
Yellow.
and today we also have a special guest, Ryan.
Hello.
All right. And today's topic is creative content. So to start right in, or to jump right in, we're going to ask Ryan to tell him about himself just a bit.
Wait, what? Oh,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Ryan, and I'm a photographer, I guess. I think in uh first year I was in design, and then I had to take a photography class, so I bought a camera basically just for that. And then after that, I transferred out of design. I didn't do photography again until like maybe a year later because I had that camera on my shelf and it like felt like a waste of money. So I just asked my friend to take pictures with me, and then from that point on, I kind of started taking more pictures. And I wasn't very good, but like I'm still surprised my friends still agreed to be my model for pictures, and even now they model for me whenever I need them for shots or to shoot with them. So it's not really like anything substantial. It's just something that I started because I thought I wasted money, and then I continued doing and kind of improved. Uh, I moved on from digital to film, but I think the concept's still the same. I just have less shots I take now that I do film.
Nice. Yeah, that's a similar reason why I got into film, I guess, as well. Is to better myself. But wait, is it just us that are Dennis, you haven't really tried out film yet, have you?
I have not. Um, I think film kind of scares me just because I'm not good at photography.
Whoa.
You're
I
not
mean,
gonna
you don't
what?
have to be good at photography. Like, there's
Yeah,
so many people that do like really, really mundane shots, like shots of cafes or shots of their food, or just shots of their friends, and it comes out really good because like it might not come out good to you, but other people might really like it because I think there's a certain aesthetic to
Aesthetic.
film that
Yeah.
comes out in the way you shoot things, and if you like, it's sort of like a visual diary without the need to edit.
Mm,
Like a lot of my friends shoot it and just shoot whatever, and it still comes out pretty nice. I think
yeah,
just people are worried about how like they're always very picky of their own things, but whenever they look at other people, like all those standards kind of go away. It's not your own picture,
Dennis,
right?
Dennis.
yeah.
Just take pictures of random everyday things, and then 50 years from now, it'll be a hit because everything will be changed.
wait, you're
You know
so
how you look
right.
back? We look back at the 1960s photos, and we're like, wow, so
So
good, so
nice.
different. But it's just somebody that just went outside and took a picture. That's it.
So,
You're, that's so correct. Oh my
hmm,
gosh. I'm gonna start doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, good thing I brought my camera today.
Your pictures don't really need to be perfect at all. Like I think the more like imperfect it is, and more personal it is, you're not tampering with anything.
dang, so deep, Ryan.
Yeah. I mean, I think yeah, film's like definitely scary because you only have sort of that one chance, right? When
Yeah.
an opportunity arises and stuff like that, and if you mess up, you're really gonna kick yourself over it. But at the same time, you can like what another pretty big reason why I got into film was to better myself as a photographer and sort of force myself into those situations where I need to basically compose every shot like as good as I can, fairly like reliably.
Right.
So think of it that way as a way to better yourself, and then it won't be that scary.
I guess. But I think at the same time, for me, I kind of just want to focus on digital just because it's something I want to just like get better at first. I think
Mhm.
just like editing and stuff like that. I think it's something that I would personally want to um, improve my skills on, and then maybe film
Yeah.
can come in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like you can edit scans and stuff, but it won't be as good as RAWs
Mhm.
from like a digital camera. So
Right.
totally agreeable. Yeah, you'd only improve for film, I'd say, on just like raw photography
Yeah.
skills and stuff like that. Yeah.
I didn't have a big reason to just move on to film. I just got bored of my camera and just wanted to try something new.
Dang.
I just found a
Okay.
camera at a thrift shop, started using it,
Oh
and
wow,
then
yeah.
A
I
thrift
like
shop camera?
yeah, you can
Oh
find some
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
decent thrift store cameras sometimes.
yeah, for
Like
sure.
I think I used random film cameras I got from thrift stores for like about a year until Ben helped me get that Olympus Pen FT, the one that I use right now, where
Mm,
it's a half frame. So instead of getting 36 shots per roll, I get 72 because everything's halved.
yeah,
Mm.
that's yeah.
Interesting.
I want that camera as well.
Yeah,
Just have
it's
like
actually a really good camera, and in the lens for it, like the contrast and the smoothness in the pictures that come out, like I think it was really worth the money.
yeah, they're not that expensive as
Wait,
well.
but
I saw
you
quite a
wanted
few in
that?
Hong Kong. I saw quite a few in Hong Kong that were like $100,
You're asking if I
and it was
wanted
like
it?
full on black.
Oh wow, nice. Dang. Yeah, I
I was
do want
surprised.
one.
Wait, how did you help him get it then?
Oh, like I mean, Brian just needed an eBay account pretty much.
Oh, so you just gave him your eBay account?
Yeah, I just bought it
You
through my
bought it?
eBay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
just because my thing, I like canceled on like two bids and it banned me for a few days, I think.
Oh, what the heck?
Cause like I kept on buying like there was this one camera that I was looking for, but there was like multiple models that were basically almost the same model, but I like bid on the wrong one, so I like canceled, messaged them and canceled it, and then they put me on like a kind of like cooldown, I think, sort
uh,
of.
Mm.
because they'll punish you for
Because there's a difference between the
canceling bid.
Olympus
Yes.
OM1 and the OM10.
Yeah. Definitely,
Interesting.
I think like a great camera if you're getting into film, just because you can kind of double your shots, so you don't have to worry about like film, I guess, as much.
Right.
If you guys
That's
want to get into film photography.
maybe I'll be thinking. I'll actually think about it because I also want to get
Yeah,
into
yeah.
disposable camera.
Disposables?
I don't think
Okay.
disposable worth it because like it's so
Yeah,
expensive
I don't know
for
if
a
disposables.
camera
Yeah, I
that you
don't know
can't
about that one.
reuse,
I feel like,
Don't get it.
hmm?
Don't do it. Dennis,
and
don't
it's
do
sort of
it.
a waste of plastic too.
I know, but it's just I don't know. It's kind of funny, but then it's also like an aesthetic just to like
Yeah.
have an Instagram
I
with
mean,
disposable pictures.
yeah,
I
but
don't know.
no one-use plastics, Dennis.
David Dobrik does.
Stop watching. I'm just kidding.
You could get the same results from a point and shoot camera that has like an
Mm.
onboard flash.
Renee also has uses disposable cameras too now. Yeah.
Oh, I think Renee also has an actual film camera.
Mm. Yeah, I think she's
Yeah,
just
because
trying different things. Anyways,
Hmm.
I never knew that you started photography just because you're in design. Yeah.
yeah, there's this one class that I take, but I didn't. They like had us try to make us learn manual and like there was this one project where we have to like take pictures of objects that look like the alphabet
Yeah.
using manual. But I just used all auto for it because I didn't care about that class because my main focus was illustration and magazine design. So like I didn't really pay attention
Mm.
to photography that much until like I did it on my own and kind of had to learn my own because
I
I
see.
kind of like shot myself in the foot by not learning in
And this was at university?
yeah first year at McEwen. But the
Uh,
main reason I transferred out was because it took an hour, I think, an hour and a half to like get to that West End campus, and then an hour and a half to get back home.
Yeah.
So I was on the bus for like pretty good amount of time
I see.
on the bus for because it took
Yeah.
like 3 transfers. I lived in I lived in like Mill Woods and I had to go all the west way to Wem every day.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal then.
So since you said that you used to, or like, what are you studying now? Since you,
I recently also got into social work.
congrats.
I'll be doing that.
And what have you graduated with?
Oh, I transferred.
Right, right. So then, did you not have a first degree that you graduated with?
Nah, I just ended up
Ah, I see, I see. Dang, you're transferring everywhere.
Everybody's doing different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Anyways, yeah, I think I don't know if I'm speaking for myself for this, but like Ryan, I've known Ryan since high school and recent or not recently, like yeah, when he started photography, he's been like getting a lot of following. I think he started to have a lot of photography friends around Edmonton and he has a pretty big following on Instagram. I would say he's quite Instagram famous. Um,
In Edmonton.
yeah. And he gets paid for some of this stuff too. Like, yeah, he
Hmm.
has like photo shoots and stuff, and I don't know. A lot of his photos are very aesthetic, and I do quite enjoy looking at them. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else
transferred.
have anything to say about Ryan?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I knew of Ryan. I don't think we really talked much during high school, I believe, Ryan.
Yeah, I think I met you one time at
Yeah, it wasn't
K
much,
Days.
but
Yeah.
maybe,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think it was K days.
I don't
But yeah,
remember. But yeah, and then it was until I guess when we got to know each other better, probably be like, I don't know, I want to say like a year ago, right?
Yeah, like a year ago.
Yeah, we're definitely conversing a lot more. But I do agree with Dennis on the fact that Ryan's a yeah, pretty good photographer. I like first I think of the group I've started photography like pretty like young, probably like in our junior high, middle school sort of days.
yeah.
But then Ryan is more recent and I'm already overshadowed by him.
You
No.
started in junior high?
Yeah, he
Hmm.
started quite
Yeah.
early.
Don't
Whoa.
say
I bought
that.
my first camera in junior high.
Yeah.
I think for
Definitely
me, it's
been
just
in it for the
because
longest.
I
How come I've
think,
never seen any photos from Ben?
Because I'm insecure about my own photos. I don't really
Right.
no,
care
your
about
photos
showing
are
it.
good. I seen your photos on Facebook.
I I also technically started in junior high because like there's a
Because of our
photography.
comp tech
Yeah, yeah,
class.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But
But I think even though I started photography late, I've been doing like illustration and like
mm,
art stuff since like junior
Hmm.
high. So
right,
Yeah,
those skills kind of transferred into
transferred over.
photography
Yeah.
I see.
because I did a lot of portrait work even with illustration.
Do
So
you
like
still do
it helps.
illustrations?
No, I haven't drawn in like 2 years.
Oh, I see.
I think. Yeah, I haven't drawn in a really long time.
I don't know if I've ever seen your drawings before.
I used to upload them on Facebook, but I deleted them because
Oh,
whenever I look back, it's really cringe.
oh,
Yeah, I agree.
Because I also did a lot of. I was a weeaboo back then as well, and like I did a lot of
As well.
anime drawings. I mean, I'm probably still a weeaboo as much as I'm a Koreaboo, but like I like did so much weird anime stuff,
yeah,
and like I don't know, like I like did like these original characters that like those like Sonic original characters that you see on DeviantArt and stuff like that.
yeah.
I did original characters for anime characters for like I don't know, like I don't know what it's trying to do, but I cringe every time.
I mean, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I think that's pretty
I
cool.
mean, I can't draw very well, so
I would like to see your drawings one day.
Maybe one day we can
You
bring
c-
over old stuff from our junior high school
I
days
don't
and
know about
cringe
that
together.
one.
Ryan, you can draw a logo for us.
Ooh, that would be
Sure,
great.
Ooh,
I'll make a cover art for you guys.
Do it.
perfect.
And you can make. I'm just kidding. We need an animator for that. We can be one of those animator YouTubers.
It's like Jimmy Zhang. Jimmy Zhang.
Oh yeah,
His
yeah.
yeah, his intro is pretty funny.
Yeah. So I said that you like have a pretty big connection in Edmonton. Yeah, I was just wondering like how have you been able to create these connections within your community?
Honestly, I don't really know because like I think I'm very like I don't really put myself out there, and I'm kind of scared to put myself out there.
Oh.
And a lot of the people who have like I have made friends with, and like I think I've gotten pretty close with a lot of people that I've met on Instagram or photography, and I'm grateful for it. But I still don't really know because I'm still very I isolate myself in terms of community because I interact with very little people, but the people I have interacted with, like I get pretty close to them.
Hmm.
But it's not that I like think I'm better than anyone. I'm just not very like I don't really I'm not very receptive towards people sometimes
Hmm.
because I'm fairly introverted, and I think one of the main reasons that I I'm really grateful for photography because I have a chance to put myself out there because otherwise I wouldn't talk to a lot of people I do now.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I think you are better than everyone. I'm joking.
I
Because
agree.
I think you're the
I've had
best.
I
At
have
least
had
better than
friends
Dennis.
I've had friends who are like you're very introverted except when it comes to photography. Like
Mm,
James was like you're very introverted, but like when it comes to photography you're like extroverted.
right. I guess like when you have a passion for something, it's a lot easier to talk about, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, common
Like
interests.
Hmm.
I made a few friends from in Vancouver as well. Uh, like Rian Lee and Vivian Lin,
Hmm.
and
Dang, all these shout outs.
California. Like yeah, yeah. There's a lot of really good photographers from the Bay Area. I want to visit them sometime, but it's pretty out. That's not somewhere I would usually go.
Right.
Mhm.
Do it. Take a trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Come visit
can we
me.
take
Do a
a
collab, or just meet up with them.
Vancouver?
That'd be nice.
yeah, that'd be pretty neat
And
for
visit
sure.
me.
Uh,
And visit you.
I don't hear what Dennis is saying. You can ignore that.
What the? Um, what would you say, like, doing like photography and stuff, like, what's your favorite part of doing it? Like, what motivates you to like continue doing it, I guess? Because, like, personally, when I think about photography, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to go outside and take photos, or like, I don't want to take out my camera, and like, I
Uh,
just get really lazy from time to time.
I think it's just doing it. I like the process of taking pictures, and then I usually like put off my pictures unless I'm paid. Unless it's paid work, I put off the pictures for like maybe a few weeks and forget about it, and
Hmm,
then come back to it and like develop it and like be surprised about pictures I took. It's,
right. Be
it's
surprised
just
about your skills.
no. Like I like I don't know. Like, do you ever feel like you have like imposter syndrome? Like everything you take isn't good, and you just feel like you're not like
yes.
attaining photos that you think you got or
I
something.
know how it feels.
I
Like even with dance Pranaya, like you like
Yeah,
come with
exactly.
you create like routines, but you like feel like you don't do enough.
I feel you.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my dog.
Hmm,
So like I think film really like slows me down and makes
Mhm.
me more aware about how I take things and how I approach creative routes.
hmm,
I think
And like
another thing about film, sorry,
oh
is
sorry.
like in a sense it's kind of like a time capsule, right? Because sometimes it'll take a couple weeks to develop, and then even you won't even like open it up right away. So then you might forget about the photos, and it kind of lets you have a fresh look from like a different perspective, I guess, in the sense. So it kind of gets rid of that bias as well.
hmm.
And then like there's different types of film stock, so you always get different looks from them. Even with
Mhm.
black and white, there's different tones, different contrast, different like
Yeah, amounts
highlights.
of green.
Yeah, and then like I think when I started getting into black and white because like I
Nice.
think I think that one time like we shot together, Yuki and Jiho, you were like talking about black and white film. So I got really interested and I ordered a bunch. Like I have like 3 rolls right now,
Mhm.
but I still haven't. I only shot through 1 roll because
Yeah.
I don't really know how to work with black and white sometimes. But
No, I totally.
yeah,
It's so different because like now all of your colors are like straight up different and your contrasts are different because of it, and you're like now you have to think. It's like thinking in another language almost.
yeah. Like you
Yeah.
really have to consider the highlights on the contrast. So
Mhm.
um, and then I still have trouble coordinating outfits when I shoot black and white because I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, that's but you mostly do, I would say, like portrait photography, right?
Portrait or like environmental portraiture, like
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very
I've
different.
never had to like even touch upon like models and stuff like that, so it's like I don't know how people do it.
Like if we lived in an interesting city like Hong Kong or like Toronto, black and white would be a lot easier because there's lots of things on the street. So
Mhm.
it's like you have a lot more content or subjects to take pictures of.
The exact yeah.
But this is Edmonton, so there's nothing here.
Pretty bland. We have I guess sometimes green on green and most of the times brown on
When you go to
Like
winter, it's all white.
brown.
almost
Yeah.
all my shoots have taken place at U of A, white or like when like Pranaya shoot was at U of A. The entire shoot was at U of A.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But
I like
I really like Pranaya shoot though, was because his outfits matched all the places we shot at.
And his
So
looks.
and his looks. His
yeah, yeah,
looks.
Excuse me.
smoldering good looks.
What did you do with the photos?
I'm still planning to upload them, but I'm waiting for like when it matches the feed, just because everything's green right now.
Wow, I never had to think about that ever on Instagram. It's just like I gotta match my photos with the feeds.
Yeah, the general color.
Interesting, but okay, yeah, I see.
Tones, but I don't know if I do it well because sometimes I just upload randomly.
Hmm. Yeah, it's hard to keep up that theme. I don't know.
Because like I guess like my taste changes every once in a while. Because like if you go in my feed in the past, like it changes by the season. I think because sometimes it's like white toned, and like other times it's green, blues, and like yellows. So like you kind of notice it change because it's gradients.
Mhm.
If you were to tell an amateur or teach an amateur photographer, like what tips would you give them?
Uh, I'm not sure because like everyone has different styles and different things they want to approach. Because like some people want to do like really mundane shots in a visual diary kind of sense, or like
Yeah,
portraits or like streets. So I don't really know general approach to it. I just know my own approach. Like for me, I just shoot.
I see.
Maybe just shoot.
Just shoot.
No way of,
Where are
or
we
no one
shooting,
way of
man?
shooting.
Oh,
Yeah. Maybe if you want a reference point, trendy stuff, and don't do photography for like trendy reasons
mm.
or clout.
Are you saying be unique? Is that what you're trying to say?
Wait, what?
Are you saying try to be like unique and stay away from trends?
Yeah.
I
Just because
see.
like I'm really sick of seeing like smoke bombs and like fairy lights and like
Ah,
neon signs everywhere.
I see.
It's
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean like I would say it's pretty hard to be unique. Like I'd say photography's like pretty saturated at the moment.
Yeah, like I agree that it's saturated, but like at the same time, like you kind of don't want to be like clone or imitation of another photographer.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess like stuff is like aesthetic for a reason, right? Like
Yeah, that's true.
it looks
Alright.
nice. So
I guess for those viewers out there, if you want to impress Ryan, be
yeah, be
unique.
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 For
Um,
sure.
I guess with like photography and stuff, what do you hope to get out of it in the future?
I mean, it's not really anything I really want to get out of it. It's just self-fulfillment
Hmm.
and like being able to create and externalize what I think about.
Hmm. Is there like any other creative content that you would personally want to pursue?
I think I want to try video,
Hmm.
but right now my gear isn't really geared towards video.
Right.
So like I sort of want to try Super 8 video. Like it's 8 millimeter film that's like
I
uh
see.
yeah, it's a old film, video film.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only problem is that the cameras, while the cameras are kind of cheap, developing it is really expensive because like it's like $50 or $60 to develop for 3 minutes of footage.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, indeed.
All right, I guess this
And
is where our
yeah,
sponsors come in. If
hey,
we had
someone sponsor
any.
us.
No, yeah, someone sponsor us. Give Ryan money to be able to develop his film.
Yeah.
He'll make a commercial for your company.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, he has more skills than us.
Time to make short videos and short films for this podcast.
Yeah, sponsor us so then we can sponsor Ryan.
Ryan, exactly. I love myself some trickle down
Yeah.
economics.
That's what I was gonna say. Oh.
Um,
What about you guys though? Are there like creative pursuits that you wanna tackle?
Mm,
I
for
mean,
me,
oh yeah, go on.
I guess it's like photography has been something I've been doing for quite a while. So I think I really lost that passion and that spark. It's as Dennis has said earlier, a lot of the times I'm just like, do I really want to take my camera out? And then most of the times I'll just resort to taking my phone out instead.
Just give someone your phone and not and restrict them from reaching for your phone when you want to take pictures.
Yeah, it's
Let's go
true.
to Calgary. Like I don't know, like I think we talked about Sydney and Bradley and I have talked about going to Calgary sometime. So
Oh
maybe we
yeah.
could do like a photo trip or something
Yeah, that
sometime.
sounds fun for sure.
Yeah, I think with photography, it's also important to have other friends who also do photography, maybe. Just like maybe it'll help motivate you, but at the same time, it might not because you're like, oh, they'll take that photo, so I don't need to take it.
It's the opposite for me. I
Yeah,
don't feel encouraged by it. Like so many people in our group are into photography now.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm just like, there's too many cameras. I don't need to bring my.
You should have gone to Hong Kong with us. There's a
Oh,
lot of
there'd be.
good photo places and good moments to
Yeah,
take photos.
Hong Kong's the best for street photography. I love it for street photography.
I think
But
next I want to go to Taiwan for
oh, Taiwan's
countryside and
good.
Taipei for like pictures in like just regular street stuff.
Mhm.
Maybe contact people through meet like social media
Oh,
and
that'd be
shoot
cool.
them.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that,
Wait,
but
so
that
when you
sounds
went
cool.
so when you went to Hong Kong, you had a photo shoot with a lot of couple of different people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Did
I
you reach
found
out to
people.
them? Or did you know them?
No, I didn't know them. So like whenever I go like overseas, sometimes I use like Tinder or Bumble, just to like, and I make it clear in my bio that I'm looking for people to shoot with. So like through like either Instagram or like those apps, I just use it to find people to shoot with, just because it's not exactly fun just shooting in places without a subject sometimes. So like, and then outside of street, like I really like street, but I'm also very used to portrait stuff. So
Ah.
I think it's really nice to be able to have someone that's used to modeling, because like a group were okay, but sometimes they would like get really awkward in front of the camera because there's so many people looking at them.
Yeah. Makes
I-
sense.
Because like I think Brian is okay if it's just me and him one on one, but when everyone's looking, he seems to like shy away from the camera sometimes.
Wow, we're calling out on people
No, 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 no,
Calling out
no.
someone right
Wait,
now.
No, I'm joking. I'm
bleep that out.
joking.
I'm sorry, bleep that out.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
Um,
nothing really that.
yeah.
No, yeah, that's fine. I mean, like, I think it's like,
But I said his name just because he's like we hang out the most at in Hong Kong, so like
Mhm.
I shot him a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
That's
was
fair.
also with Sydney a lot, but Sydney was also taking pictures. So
Right.
mhm. Yeah, no. I'm definitely camera shy. That's why I prefer to be behind the camera.
Mhm.
But then I guess that's kind of contradictory because a lot of times I'm like, "Nah, I don't really need to take out my camera." So
I feel like that's most photographers, because like even myself, like I've like in the past like year or two, I've like 3 pictures of myself.
Yeah.
yeah,
True.
I shy away from it for sure.
You're gonna
Yeah.
regret it. I feel like when you get older, it's like, why didn't I take more photos of myself?
Yeah, or or just more photos in general.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think majority of our friend group, even though they do photography, we don't have many pictures of ourselves.
Mhm.
I guess at our events or yeah, our
Yeah, group
get-togethers.
pictures, but not like like solo pictures.
Yeah, I don't think I have like any solo pictures, except for my selfies.
I don't have
Um,
anything on me.
Selfies? What are that? What are selfies? What?
Oh yeah, can you post some of those so I know what they
Yeah.
look like?
Yeah, Dennis. Yeah, I want to see some of your selfies.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. Hey.
no. I find it really interesting how you or Ryan, even though you're an introvert, as you said, um, you actually are willing to like go on Tinder and stuff, just
Yeah,
to
and
like,
reach out for photography.
mhm, and like
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
take that
like even
amazing.
initiative.
though I don't know, like I should show you my like Tinder like list. Like I don't message people.
Yeah.
I like match with them and then I like ignore them unless they have like a look that I really like. And then
Whoa.
Not good enough for my photography.
no, it's not that. It's just like sometimes. So it's like sometimes I ask people to shoot and then don't get back to them, like because I forget or like I move the concept onto someone else.
Mm,
So it's just because like sometimes I have concepts in that moment, but sometimes it like goes away and like it leaves my head and I just don't have the concept anymore. So like I put it off for a while until I have something for that particular person.
dang. So people have to respond to you pretty quickly before you
What?
move on.
Or you
Oh no,
forget.
no.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just that like some ideas
Yeah,
I think are good, but then when I think about it too long, I like
I see.
overthink it and don't think it's good anymore. So I just move on to another thing.
Yeah, I see. I just found it interesting how you're willing to take that initiative though and like reach out to people. And I don't know, I
hmm
feel like that's something I envy in you, I guess, that you're willing to meet new strangers just like just because you're passionate about photography and you wanna take pictures of other like strangers, and I think that's really cool.
I
Yeah.
think uh I'm still nervous all the same, and I get very like anxious
Hmm.
about meeting people, but I kind of force myself because like I really want to create work that have meaning to me.
Right.
Mm.
So I think that's like what's
Yeah, that's very admirable.
yeah, just the fact that you're willing to go out of your comfort zone just for
Yeah.
your passions. I think that's really cool,
hmm
and you
I
should
I
be
mean,
proud
stay.
of yourself.
I
Yeah.
think one of the main reasons I still continue going is because like after I met you guys, our friend group, like I feel like you guys are very encouraging, so I like
Oh,
have more motivation, I guess.
yeah. Dang. This is
Dang.
just a very heartwarming podcast.
Yeah, just patting everyone
Wholesome.
ourselves on the back.
I'm patting
Yes.
you guys on the back, not myself.
Well, we're all patting you on the back, so.
No,
Good
plus,
job.
Yeah.
Good job, Ryan.
but yeah, like
Mhm.
even though like people praise you, like I get a lot of praise on my Instagram, but
Yeah.
at the same time I always feel like there's so much more I can do, or like maybe I'm not doing
Mhm.
good enough. So it's just like sometimes I take like really long breaks and don't post for a while.
Right.
But it's just like there's also the fact that if you don't shoot at all better, it's just really hard to like I don't know. It's like I always feel like I'm stuck sometimes at certain points.
Mm. I think that's. I think a lot of people get stuck here and there, and I think that's completely normal. But I think it's also important to realize that the work you put in so far is something that you should be proud of. And then, like, even though you see a lot of improvement needed and stuff, it doesn't mean that what you've worked on so far is nothing. Like, it is still something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, it's like it's not invalidated just because it's not like the perfect photo,
mhm.
for sure. Definitely wish I had your motivation though.
Let's come out to shoot with me.
I mean, we could potentially shoot after this podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, we
We'll see.
could. We're meeting up with Sydney after this.
Yeah.
Do it, do it.
Yeah, could
Um,
shoot.
I guess my last question before we move on and answer your questions, um, I was just wondering, like, how do you hope to connect, or like, do you hope to connect your studies with your photography, like social work and photography?
I think in a roundabout way, yes, because creating community and having community to rally around is really important
Hmm.
in both like artistic pursuits and also like social work related aspects because uh, having community to rally around is the best form of kind of I guess
Hello?
Thought I disconnected there.
I think he's trying to come up with the word, unless he cut out.
Ryan, are you there?
The
He
mic's
got
lighting
out.
up, but nothing's here coming in. Oh
Yeah, I think he got off.
no. Yeah.
Hey, that's fine.
We're having technical difficulties.
Be right back. Pranaya beatbox.
No thanks, not anymore. I already did that.
All right, Marachi band, come on in.
Wait, Ryan, try disconnecting and connecting if you can hear me. Or
Oh,
wait, I'm gonna move him to guests.
yeah, I already.
Hello. Nope.
Oh no. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah. This. Wait, what?
nope, it's not on our side. I still can't hear him.
Nope.
He did say his mic was like maybe a little insensitive the
Right.
other day.
Is he?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
is it working?
Yeah, but
Yes.
you're
yes.
really close now.
Oh, it's working.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
All good. All good.
Yeah, so community is really important in like kind of navigating social circumstances, I guess.
Hmm. I guess like, would you want to do something like Humans of New York?
Ah.
Not entirely, but I do have an upcoming project where I interview like photographers that I know and having them talk about their work and
Mm-hmm.
what they hope to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the end of that, it's gonna be like I want to do like a visual interview where I ask them questions, and then they submit the photos that they feel like uh, match those questions.
Right. I think, yeah, you talked about this earlier, and this would be like on Instagram, right?
Either Instagram or YouTube, because I don't really know how to approach it yet. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still trying to put it together.
Right, right. I think that'd be really cool. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll try to help you market this to our podcast, even though
Yeah.
our Instagram only
Yeah.
has like 3 followers.
Yeah, because we're so famous. Don't worry about it,
Our
Ryan. We
Insta-
got you.
we don't even nobody updates anything, so it's
Yeah, I
like not
know.
even
Yeah, it's not
yeah.
active.
I didn't even know we had an Instagram.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
We follow like who do we follow? We follow Jiho. That's all we follow.
Nice.
Our first guest.
Yeah.
Um,
But now
Oh
we
yeah.
can
In
follow
terms of
Ryan.
followers, I'm still surprised that how people find me, because like a year ago or 2 years ago, I had like 300 followers,
mhm.
and then like people that who are friends with my friends know about me. Like apparently, like people talk about me,
Ooh,
because like
popular.
Scandalous.
one of my friends, like I hear like people talking about my work or Instagram,
Yeah.
like in the most random settings. Because like one time I was at McEwen, and like my friend introduced me, and then like the girl that was there was like, "Oh, you're that numbers guy." I'm just like, "Oh yes, the numbers guy."
The numbers guy.
Yeah, like in case anyone doesn't know,
Yeah.
my username is my birthday,
Right.
and people just would think I'm either a bot or like they see me as the numbers guy that takes photos.
I actually never understood the point of the numbers.
Yeah,
I was
it's
just like,
May
yeah,
Now you
17th,
know.
1996.
yeah,
There you
now I know.
go. Yeah, so I guess on that note, we'll be posting Ryan's or the number guy's Instagram
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the description below, so check that out. We really like Ryan's stuff, so like we hope that you will like it too and give him a follow and a
Follow
comment.
Ben and Dennis Shin as well.
No, no.
They're very good.
And
Oh,
Pranaya. Pranaya has an
no.
Instagram.
Pranaya, my
Yeah.
favorite
What?
dancer.
I have Instagram? What? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think moving on to your questions. I think you asked earlier what our creative content out or like yeah, what we focus on for creative content. I think as of now, it's clear that we are focusing on podcasting.
hmm
Even though we're not the greatest at this yet, I think it's
It's
fun to
fun.
do. Yeah, I think
Something we enjoy to do.
yeah.
So
I actually really like the format because it's just friends having conversations and recording
yeah,
each other. I think
that's why it's so easy.
it's
Yeah.
very it's very laid back.
Yeah, it's very
It
chill.
feels very genuine.
Hmm.
So we're
Thank you.
just having conversations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That means a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I think we kind of do in the future hopefully want some sort of standards or like a specific format that we want to work off of. But like as of now, I think we're just really chill about it and just doing it for fun. Um,
hmm
but yeah, I do personally really like doing this. It's just talking with friends and recording it and posting it so others can hear, which is kind of cool, I think. Um, but personally, I want to focus on videography, posting like vlogs or
YouTube content.
yeah, just like yeah, YouTube content. And
Wait,
hope
didn't you
hmm? I did
finish?
I did start. I do have 2 vlogs up on YouTube, but like I'm not they're okay. I'm not proud of them, and it just got really hard for me because editing takes a long time to do. And like I'm quite a picky person sometimes, so like I like edit something that no one will ever notice. But and then it takes me like hours just to like edit that one thing, and I'm just like, I don't know if I have time for this right now. But yeah, I also want to work on like making music because I started playing more violin and started self-teaching myself piano.
Wow, you
And
should duo with Brian Lee.
Brian, oh, cause he
He plays violin.
violin, yeah. Um, yeah, maybe one day. And I
You play
think,
violin?
yeah, I played violin since grade 6, and then I stopped because it got really stressful, and then I
What?
picked it back up again.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I kind of want to start streaming, but I don't know.
Do it.
Streaming's pretty
Do it
fun. You
all.
should do it.
Huh?
Streaming's pretty fun. You should do
Doesn't
it.
Jeff stream?
Jeff
Mm,
and Ben sort of
I
streams
would.
time
I
to
mean, like, I don't have
time.
internet anymore, but I would say out of all of us, I probably stream the most.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
but
think yeah,
I wish I could still stream.
sad.
I, yeah, unfortunately, no internet, but it's pretty fun. You should do it.
Yeah,
It's like I don't know. You're just playing games. But also like the biggest thing is like if you do get interactions with viewers, I think it's pretty fun just to kind of interact with them while
right.
playing or just talking to them, stuff like that.
Just
I
pretty
think
cool.
growing as any content creator in any like field is pretty hard to
Hmm.
attain a following,
Hmm.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's kind of weird sometimes because you're trying to interact with people, but you're kind of speaking into an empty room.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's weird. It is definitely weird.
Because like sometimes my captions, like I try to talk to people, and sometimes I get responses, or
Yeah.
like if I put captions or like put things on my story and try to interact with people, I don't get any like feedback, and I'm just like, oop, time to go
Mm.
fuck myself.
I mean, yeah. Like the nice thing about streaming is like you can kind of check every once in a while if anyone's even watching you.
Yeah.
So then it's like, yeah, if no one's watching me, whatever. I'm just gonna play.
Did you stream with a camera or just
Uh,
without it? Just a
a lot of the times I didn't because I didn't own one, and then I did kind of get one recently, but I didn't have the internet to back it up, so
Oh.
it kind of went to a waste. But yeah, like
Future investment.
yeah, yeah, for when I can stream again. Like I don't really have a following at all either,
Yeah.
but it's just fun. Even like for people who won't follow me and it'll just kind of pop in just to kind of see what's going on, stuff like that. I think it's pretty even those like rare instances, I think it's like just I don't know. I have a lot of fun
Wait,
just
you
talking with
you
people.
stream on Twitch, right?
Hmm.
Twitch.
What's your username?
Moo moo foo.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, I think it's Mr. Mumufu.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think.
I think so too.
Um. Yeah,
Oh
because
yeah, it's
someone
Mr.
took it.
Mumufu.
Yeah,
I
someone
will
took it.
subscribe to you.
Oh,
Subscribe.
subscribe.
Whoa.
I mean, follow you.
Okay. I think what if I want to start streaming, I'm hoping to do it in Vancouver, obviously, but then like I would kind of want to do like live streaming.
I
Oh, like
like IRL
awkward.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, IRL, like maybe like even like cooking something, I think would be cool.
Yeah. I I kind of hope like this podcast will eventually turn into a stream.
Right. I
Do
I
you know
me
the
and Pranaya
guy
talked about that.
that
Hmm.
streamer called named Awkward Since Birth?
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
guy's
kind of
yeah.
like that guy, right? Except with
The
not going
IRL.
on dates.
Yeah, something like that. Or even like Jake and Bake. I think
Stream
Jake and Bake is
stream
cool.
yourself going on dates.
I don't know
Just
about
like
that.
Awkward Since Birth.
We'll see. We'll see. I think to be able to live stream like outside of your own like housing like is really hard and expensive. Just because you need like a streaming camera, a backpack, and like a huge battery pack, and like an
Data.
yeah,
Uh,
data. And data is expensive in it, Canada compared to like US.
Yeah, we don't have true unlimited data. We just have like
Exactly.
10 gigs.
a cap of 10,
Yeah.
10 gigabytes.
Yeah. Which sucks. Um, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think
hobbies can be pretty expensive.
I was responding something to Ben, but I forget.
Oh, I honestly like just cut out for the past like 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's okay. I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think. Oh yeah, I think me and Pranaya did talk about wanting to stream our podcasts. So,
Yeah.
so then we'll have three different platforms. So it'd be like an audio, YouTube, and then live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could also like I guess kind of get reactions and like
Mhm.
comments or questions at the same time. More
Right.
interaction, right, with
That'd
our
be that
viewers.
would be really cool actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how we'll or when or yeah, I don't know like when or how many people will actually end up getting on your stream, but that is a hope in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you have any other questions for us, Ryan?
Mm, not really.
Or did Pranaya answer the creative content
Yeah.
question?
What are you planning to do? I don't think so.
I don't know. That is my answer. I do not know.
I mean, that's fine.
I
Because
mean,
aside from dancing, I don't really do
right.
other creative things. I used to draw, but
Oh,
that's something I stopped and
Is there
I haven't
anything
really
in
picked up.
particular that you want to pick up though?
Honestly, I don't. No, nothing right now. Nothing has intrigued me to wanting to pick up something.
Oh, you don't want to pick up drifting, Pranaya?
That is expensive.
I know. Talking about
Like I would
expensive
like to, but
hobbies.
that's way too expensive for me right now.
I agree.
You don't want to live that initial D life?
Initial D
Dude,
life.
I wish.
I mean, yes, that would be nice, but I just can't afford it,
Oh, man.
you know, to get a separate
Yeah.
car,
mhm.
But
you
I
know.
also want to like combine like photography or like filmomic or like videography with like car events or drifting and stuff like that though.
That would be nice.
It would be nice. Our scene's not that big though, but
Isn't there like car shows and car get-togethers every few months?
There are.
there are, but I don't really have high hopes for Edmonton car shows and stuff like that. Like it'll be cool for sure. You know what? Maybe I just haven't been putting myself out there. Maybe I should start doing that.
Yeah. But did you at least go to Driven?
No.
Why? That's pretty big, I guess.
Yeah, well, once again, I don't put myself out there. Be lazy.
Yeah,
Okay, next year. Next year.
you can't
Yeah.
say something about or you can't say something bad about something if you haven't tried it.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's really true, but it's just it's Edmonton.
Wow.
I
Oh my
mean,
goodness.
I always talk shit about Edmonton, but I'm still able to like
Yeah,
find
I
at
know.
least somewhat interesting things.
I think we take Edmonton a bit for granted. Just I don't know. I think there are some interesting things we just don't put ourselves out there at all.
Yeah. It's a easy excuse for
Yeah.
sure.
That's everybody's excuse. It's Edmonton. There's nothing
Exactly.
here.
But
Yeah.
like we always say like oh like Vancouver or Toronto or like Asia. Like obviously they're a lot better, but like I think there's still things that we should appreciate in Edmonton. Like for I don't know.
Yeah. Like for sure. It's just harder cuz like we've been living here for the majority of our lives, so I think as you said
Yeah.
we take things for granted or like it's just so like we're just so used to seeing it that it kind of becomes just background to us.
Right, right.
But I think like objectively, Edmonton is kind of a worse place, just because like I've lived in Toronto, Vancouver for a pretty good amount of time,
Mhm.
and then like coming from those two places to Edmonton, it was like a huge downgrade. Like like it's not the worst,
Yeah,
but it still feels like there's a lot of things missing.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
at the same time, I know like a lot of people who live in Toronto, they've either been to Edmonton a couple times or they've wanted to visit Edmonton. And I'm like, sometimes I'm just like, but why? And like I would see them on their Instagram, they're like at WEM or something, and they're like having a lot of fun, and I'm like, but why are you here?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
but
don't
like I
know.
guess it's maybe like grass is greener on the other
Yeah,
side.
exactly. What I
Like
was gonna
Yeah.
say, it's just grass is greener on the other side, right? And especially if they're like coming here for the first time, everything's kind of new,
and
right? So it's very exciting,
I do think like if
right?
you're into like a slower life and like having more like having something be more peaceful, Edmonton would be the place to be.
Yeah.
But personally, I like places that are busier and like have hustle and bustle.
hmm Again, interesting because you said you're an introvert.
Yeah, but then you're like just another face in the city, right? So like
Right.
no one cares and no one really like
That
everyone just leaves you alone.
right. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. I don't know. I I do personally enjoy Edmonton. I think I'm gonna miss Edmonton when I move to Vancouver, but yeah, it is quite the slow city and there's not too much to do, but I don't know. I think the people are pretty good.
I think the main thing when I leave Edmonton the main thing I'll miss will be the people
hmm
rather than the place.
Right. Yeah, I think the people here are pretty good.
Is it like general Edmonton people or just like people we know?
I
Oh,
think
people I know.
I think
Yeah.
general Edmonton people. I think.
I yeah, I don't know
Well, like
about that.
for what I've met so far, like I had interactions with, I think compared to other places, it's like not bad. I don't know. I think the people here are relatively nice, I would say.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe you just ran into the wrong people. I don't know.
Yeah,
Are we
maybe.
still the murder capital of Canada?
The
I don't know.
highest per
Probably.
capita, probably.
Yeah.
That's okay, cause we're just stressed. Kidding.
Whoa.
No, me and
Everyone here is
James.
just stressed.
Yeah, me and James had this conversation, but that's a topic for another day. Um,
On what?
just the reason why we have the highest murder capita compared to like everywhere
Yo,
else.
we're number 4 now. Nice.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
really?
We used to be
Dang.
number 1, and then we
Yeah.
dropped down to number 3. We're getting lower. Nice.
Who's number one now?
Regina.
What the
For
heck?
murders.
I mean, if
Really?
you're bored enough, I guess you're gonna murder people. But
Oh my gosh, stop.
Okay.
If you're bored enough. Dang.
Saskatchewan. What's in Saskatchewan? Just canola fields and cows.
I actually hear like yeah, Saskatchewan's pretty bad in terms of like things to do. Worse than us.
Like
So I hear.
I think they're way worse than us, Saskatchewan. Like if you look at the most interesting to do in like in Saskatoon or whatever, like they recommend you to go to the university.
Go study. That's
Yeah, or
interesting.
we have a building.
Yeah, where are you getting this out of?
Uh, World Atlas, most dangerous cities in Canada.
Nice.
I see.
Man, I thought we were
Oh, this
still.
is number 4 for me.
Yeah, we're
Thunder
number
Bay is
4.
there. Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
number 4. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, before this gets too out of topic, yeah, we should probably end this podcast. Thank you for listening, and thank you, Ryan, for joining
Yeah,
us
for
today.
coming and
Thank you for
joining us
having
today.
me.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yes,
it was
yes,
a
thank you,
pleasure.
Ryan.
It
we'll
was a nice
be
talk.
we'll be posting Ryan's Instagram and
Oh my gosh.
other media platforms that you want us to post in the description below. Yeah, and please give us some comments to give us some feedback, negative or positive, or even like questions that you have for us. We'll be sure to ask them in the next episode.
So,
Um, yeah, and please subscribe, like, hit that bell button, and all such
Yes, yes.
things, or whatever platform you're listening on. Share,
yeah,
follow, I don't know.
yeah, just give us something, please.
Give us something, please.
We're poor and we need to eat. Please help us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we all have student loans. Help us,
yeah.
please. Um, but yeah, I think. Or Ryan, do you know how we end these podcasts?
No.
Okay, so we just make really weird noises. We haven't thought of a way to end a podcast yet, so we just make weird noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Pleasure to have you.
Okay, bye.